Let's see if this damn thing's working. Is this working? I guess it is. What's going on, everybody? It's your favorite dating coach, Elliot Scott, and I hope you all had a great Christmas or whatever you just holiday, whatever you want to call it. Spending time with your loved ones, opening great gifts, making others smile, listening to holiday music, watching Charlie Brown, Elf, Christmas Story, which you're all gonna hate me. I never liked that damn movie, but whatever. Hope you all had a good time, right? And I hope you all have a good New Year. I'll probably have another video up before then, but if not, Happy New Year, okay? Leave your New Year's resolution. I shouldn't even say that because I know you're all going to joke and put something with, guys, But put your New Year's resolution below. I'd love to see that. Now, speaking of below, as you can see the title below, we're going to talk about, I don't want you guys to get the wrong idea of this, but how most of the time you're going to run into men who play some type of games. The majority of men, right? And when I say games, I don't necessarily mean that's bad, just in a miscommunication type-esque of way. Okay, so did I already ask you to subscribe? If you haven't subscribed, just push the red button below with the notification, okay? Simple. Like do it right now. Okay, so there's 3 things I want to talk about when, or in this video that give me the inclination of why you're always going to run into people who play some games, okay? And the first one, the most common sense one, is insecurity. Obviously, a lot of people have insecurities, and as humans, we're going along this planet trying to fill the void. We could do that by other people, bettering ourselves, enlightenment, bunch of different ways. Some people fill the void drinking, having sex, partying, drugs, whatever, right? I mean, there's a lot of different ways of doing it, but for the most part, everyone's insecure, and sadly, when you're insecure, if it's not healed correctly, it causes a lot of damage. So the example I like to use with this is, let's say you break your bone, right? Look at that. Let's say you break that bone, and that's actually looking bigger. Okay. Oh no, that's small. I say there's no lump. Where's the lump? Right there shows it. Anyway, let's say you break your bone. Now you could do the stupid thing and not go to the doctor and just hold it a certain way and says, okay, it feels good this way, and let it heal. And while you still have your arm, you might still be able to function. It's not going to be 100%. It's not going to be happy, healthy, mobile. Doing all this kind of stuff. It's not going to be great. Okay. That's the bad way. Now you could be smart and go to a doctor. Now I'm not using this as a analogy to go to a therapist. You could, but I'm just saying you could go to the doctor, get it x-rayed, examined, have someone who's professional know what the hell they're talking about, say, yeah, your shit's effed up. Okay. Hold it this way, hold this way, hold this way. And we're gonna put a little cast on it. 3 months, you're gonna feel better. 4, whatever, how many months? Awesome. You get it off. You're great, happy, healthy. It's as if something never happened. Okay. Now, unfortunately, a lot of people want to do the self-healing. No cast. I'm gonna do it my own way. Now, again, that doesn't mean I'm not using that as an analogy. I'm not talking to a therapist or that has nothing to do with a therapist. I'm just saying a lot of people do they just don't do it correctly. They don't do it through self-fulfillment, enlightenment. Some people might play games in terms of going out and partying and drinking or they get validation from a bunch of girls. They go out to these places and meet these girls, and they get validation from a bunch of yeses instead of from one, because of what they associate with that one. There's one girl who broke my heart, so I'm never going to open up to her again. But his association with it isn't strong. Okay, so insecurities, if not taken care of, they can start a horrible, vicious cycle where people take advantage of other people. Now, the second thing is miscommunication, and I mean this in 2 ways, like fault, like the person knows they're miscommunicating, and then just a lack of miscommunication, like you're unaware of it. I see both sides of this all the freaking time. In fact, I'd probably say miscommunication in terms of you're just on 2 different levels or just like you're both unaware how you're coming off, right? So I talk to clients all the time, and they'll give me their story and they'll tell me what they did, and I'll say, okay, the problem here is that you two actually like each other, but you're miscommunicating things. You're doing XYZ, which tells him blah, blah, blah. And then his response to it is this because of what you've done. And again, it creates this vicious cycle. And as you can see already, it's really hard to not find a guy who plays games because because everyone has insecurities and a lot of people are heartbroken and don't heal correctly, both sides, guys and girls, right? And then the second thing which is miscommunication. When people play games, people are stupid with it. So let me give you a great example of playing games. I call this like validation texting, which is, okay, I'm not going to reach out to you because of my own insecurity. I'm not going to reach out to you because I want you to initiate you initiate the text. I want you to reach out to me with no inclination or nothing from. I just want you to do it because if you're the one who responds first and you're the one who initiates today, it tells me you still care, right? And I feel better about myself. Happens all the time, and I think that's a miscommunication type of thing because while you're doing it for that reason, someone might read it in another way, right? Or women think, well, okay, he's not texting me. It means he doesn't like me. That's not true. There'd be 1,000 reasons why he's not texting you. Okay, there's just miscommunication all the freaking time, which is one of the reasons why I say you shouldn't be texting someone all day, every day. It should be consistent, but consistent in terms of several or 3 to 4 times a week, and then seeing him once or twice a week, or maybe that's too much, depending on where you're at in the relationship. But don't try to talk to someone all day, every day. That's going to blow up in your face, okay? So number 2 is miscommunication. There's always miscommunication in some way. Again, on top of insecurity, that effing sucks. They actually kind of stack and thread within each other. And then the third thing, again, people aren't going to like this, but it's the truth. It's evolutionary psychology, meaning reward system, lying. There's a lot more to it, but lying, okay? The brain learns at an early age that lying means you can have your cake and eat it too. And if you're going with the first thing, the insecurity, the lying's going to happen often. Maybe not even lying, just not conveying the truth, right? So, for example, if you're not going to ask me if I'm not talking to multiple people, which you shouldn't in the beginning, then I'm not going to convey it. Like if you and I were talking on our first date and you're asking me what I want, I might lie for 2 reasons. One, because I feel like if I tell you the truth, it's going to ruin my chances to be with you or what this could be. It doesn't even have to be sexual, just on what this could be. Because if I'm like, hey, you know what? I don't really know what I want. I just want to see what happens. But then again, miscommunication. The second thing, a woman might take that the wrong way. Oh, all guys say that. That means he just wants to fuck me. But that's not true. Maybe I do want to see where this goes and see what happens. But I don't want to tell you I'm looking for a relationship because I would be lying to you. Let's just see what happens. Then again, second thing, miscommunication. A woman doesn't like the way that sounds. And then she acts a certain way. Then the guy's like, and it just separates, right? So the first reason I'm not going to tell you that is because, or I'm not going to tell you the truth on what I'm looking for is because I'd be lying to you. It'd give you the wrong idea, and I don't want you to act accordingly. Second thing is, I rather it just go with I'd rather just go with the flow and see what happens, kind of thing. And I feel like that's the best way to go about it. Lying. If lying is so powerful. If mom catches my hand in the jar, or if the cookies are out of the jar, and she's like, "Where in the fuck were these cookies?" So someone's ate them, and I told her, I ate the cookies. Well, it's risk and reward. I got the reward for eating the cookies, but now I'm going to get my ass beat. But if I say, well, no, I don't know where the cookies, even though it's on my mouth, I don't know where the Oreos went, Mom. Well, she can't beat my ass because then she's going to spank me for no reason without justification because maybe my brother ate the cookies. Maybe my sister ate the cookies. It wasn't me, right? and she doesn't know. So I had my cake and eat it too. So that's why a lot of guys, especially if they have insecurities or because of miscommunication, again, these all thread, they're not going to give you the full truth because there's no reason to. If I tell you, if you ask me if I want a relationship and I say, yeah, sure, I want a relationship, even though I don't know what I want, as bad as that sounds, not saying I do this, not saying guys, well, some guys do this, but not saying all guys do this. I mean, he's having his cake and eat it too, because if he knows if he lied to you and said, hey, I'm just going to F your brains out, I'm not really looking for a relationship, then obviously he's not going to get anywhere with you. But at the same time, he doesn't want to give you this goes back to communicate or miscommunication. He doesn't want to give you a concrete answer, because if he is looking for a relationship, but then you're not the right one, then he is looking for one, but you just didn't have the checklist, you weren't checking it off, he just wasn't feeling you, he's going to feel like he's lying. I mean, that happens all the time. So you're always going to find a guy, ladies, where to some degree he's going to play some games, right? Like I said, it could be insecurity, miscommunication, or evolutionary psychology, getting advantages over people, which is why I put that. When your job as an organism is to survive long enough to reproduce. Now, of course, that might not be nowadays, but that's the way the brain still works. You're wanting to get advantages over people. That's why guys like youth and symmetry and nice bodies. Not because boobs are boobs, but they're childbearing cues. And when your job, that's why you're attracted to boobs and curves, right? Or guys are, just like women are provided, or they like loyalty. The reason they like loyalty is because back then when, women needed men, way back caveman times, tribal times, right? Like, you didn't want a guy just to pregnate you and then leave you. How are you going to raise that kid? You're going to be vulnerable for, you can't go out and gather food. You maybe pick some berries, but enough for you and a child every day while taking care of that child, and you're going to be more vulnerable to predators. So, you need a guy who's loyal, who's there to protect you and stay with you and be by your side and not bullshit you. That's why these traits are so sexy. Evolutionary psychology. But of course, with insecurities and miscommunication, this all fluctuates. So, ladies, how long is this damn video? Almost 13 minutes. You're always going to find a guy, to some extent, who plays games. But hopefully the communication is strong, the attraction is there, and they're kept down to a minimum, and it grows into something, okay? Again, games doesn't always mean bad. I just think it means miscommunication to some extent. Some guys, yes, they do take advantage, but I don't want you to read the title and think necessarily all bad, okay? This just happens. So with that being said, I love you, ladies. If you haven't yet, please subscribe. Take care, and peace.